That should be good. Wait, is that too quiet? Hold on. Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, bienvenidos al show. Vida en cero gravedad. Life in zero gravity. Tú sabes. Las vibras. You know the vibes. Welcome to season 7. We're gonna get into it, baby. Got a full page for you. No, I wrote a lot. Welcome to season 7. That sounds crazy to say. Time has flown by. Um, I started this in 2019. That was a short season. The first season I just did like I went from 11/11 to the last Monday of the year. That was the first season. Did like it was a really easy highlight one to edit. That was before video. Before video, it's a lot easier to edit the show. But since I had to keep evolving and somehow making the show even better, this is the end result. I'm not feeling this lighting. I'm sorry. It makes it look a little better. Anyway, welcome to season 7. Welcome to 2025. Welcome to me. If you've never been here before, I go by the name of Zero Grav. This is my show. Um, been hosting it for years, and I hope you enjoy it. It's probably I'm probably making a terrible first impression because I'm like chewing gum. My bad. I'm gonna stop doing that. Like that's terrible on the mic. I'm sure. I don't know what. I mean, I can't hear what it sounds like. I could plug in my headphone. Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm chilling. Anyway, how are y'all doing? You know, this is Life in Zero Gravity. I just released. I had some technical difficulties that was pissing me off, so I was using a site called V.io. I've used it for a couple years. Um, the whole reason, the main reason I use it is to edit the videos, you know? And so I was trying to edit my best of season 6 video, and the site was making me upgrade to a yearly membership just to export the video. So I didn't want to do it, but they literally hit me with that after I spent hours editing this video. Like probably a good I don't know 8 to 10 hours, maybe more. I wasn't tracking it. I know it was at least 8 to 10 hours editing this damn video. Oops, can I say damn on YouTube? I don't know. Either way, it's a wrap. So yeah, I spent all this time editing this video, and at the last second they tell me, "Oh, you can't export this unless you pay for a yearly membership, even though you've been paying for a monthly membership all year." I haven't even used the site in like 3 months. I was literally using it to just edit the show together, because it's either you're paying for that or you're paying for like one of the Adobe film editing things. I think final draft, one of those like is what you would use. So I was just doing the v.io, just trying something different. It served me pretty well last year. Tried to do it for this year's episode and it wouldn't let me export it. So what I had to do is make 3 separate videos. I had to edit the best of into 3 videos. I really didn't want to do that, but I spent all that time, so I had to cut out. I had to basically. It was only letting me export about an hour and 40 minutes. Now, if you've seen the best of, those are. I mean, some of the regular episodes on this are like 4 hours. So the best of episodes, those can be, five and a half hours. I think this year the mark, it would have been 5 hours and 46 minutes. Now that's a long time, I get it, but you got to think we're talking about we're editing down how much content, you know. I don't even know. Let's say 70 hours of content. We're editing it down to 5, the best of the best clips. So doing that is a lot of work, y'all. And they were trying to just not let me export it, which was really pissing me off. Luckily, in the end, I was able to export it, but I was really getting annoyed with it. Or I figured out my own way. Oh yeah, I shouldn't say luckily in the end I was able to export it. What happened is I couldn't export the full file. Still can't, as far as I know. I paid for this yearly membership, which was like, it's not a crazy amount of money, but it's $300. It's like, well, I don't want to pay for it. Like, it didn't work. It didn't serve the one purpose I wanted it to have, you know? So I want my money back. So I'm in the process of trying to get my money back, and I'm probably not going to use that site anymore. So honestly, I'm probably just going to either get Adobe or just edit on YouTube, because I'm pretty sure I could do the same exact stuff on YouTube. It was just, I liked some of the features, had a lot of cool little stock videos, but then when I would go to use them on YouTube, the stock videos, like, it would DMCA me. So it's like, well, what's the point in this? Or not the videos as much as like the songs, the stock music, just to add a little music to the show. And it kept DMCAing me, and I was like, well, this is whack. Like, I thought this was stock music anyone could use. And then when I try to use it, I get like DMCA for it, which means demonetized. So it's like I can't make money off that specific video because it has like a minute of some random song, like not a known song, literally just like lo-fi hip hop beats that they had that were stock music on there. So I'm just like, really, YouTube, whatever. Actually, it's YouTube. It's also Veed for putting that where you could use it, because you got to think, if you're making, you know, like a podcast, if you're using it to make a podcast, literally, like you're using this video editing software, you would think like someone's making it to, someone's using this software to actually make like a video, you know? So you would think um, it would be a little bit easier. You would think you'd be able to actually use the main function. We're having some technical difficulties right now. Hopefully that didn't cut off, but hey, I'm trying. I'm trying. So, oh man, technology. Right now, there shouldn't be any issues. I don't, as far as I know, there's nobody using my internet right now, but it's messing up. So we're off to just a bang up start here on Life in Zero Gravity. You know what I saw? I didn't even have this in the on the agenda. Some space, like, I don't know if it was NASA officially, but some space, like, there's a series of space videos called Life in Zero Gravity now. I created that. I created that show. Now the actual space people are using it. You're welcome, but I mean, give me a shout out or come on my show or something. I've been doing this for years. This show's existed since 2019. Y'all, I just saw that they've been doing this over the last year. I'm like, what? People are always taking my ideas, man. It's crazy. It means I got good ideas, but I'm just like, yeah, Life in Zero Gravity is a pretty good name, huh? Like, an astronaut should have been doing that. Honestly, I should be, like, I Show Speed is trying to be the first one to stream from space. I should be the first one to stream from space. My whole theme is space. So, I mean, I know I'm not as known, so, but it's all good. I'm not tripping. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to meet some legends, some real life legends, come through to the University of California at Riverside, aka UCR. Come through this Wednesday, January 8th, and see some legends. I don't know if New Jack is going to show up. I don't think he is, but me and King Mars will be in the building, or actually outside of the building. We're going to be selling merch. We're going to be selling art, and we're going to be giving you some smiles. So come through. Should be cool. If you want to meet us, you know where to find us. UCR. We're gonna be there from 12 to 3. Actually, a little bit before, probably a little bit after. So check us out. It should be a cool little event. If y'all came to the last event at the Moreno Valley Mall, this is like the same people running this event, or as far as I know, same people. No, it's the same main guy. Shout out Nerds in Hip Hop. So, yeah, Should be cool, ladies and gentlemen. Come through, come get some merch. If you do like our merch, that's the best place to get it because it's gonna be a little cheaper there. I mean, when you buy it online, there's gonna be we don't actually charge for shipping. Fun fact, but because our profit margin is so thin online, the shirts like literally kind of have to cost more for us to actually turn a profit. You know, um, so they're going to be cheaper in person. Like online, they'd be like 33, 35, 36 in that range. In person, we usually sell them for 30. We might even sell them for 25, so that'd be cool. Y'all want to come through, support the movement. Yeah, that'd be cool. So I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully we see some of y'all there. If you're LSS clothing brand, I believe is the Instagram. Wasn't my idea for the Instagram name, but LSS clothing brand. I think we should have just went with Longsword Style Official. I know like New Jack isn't he's not always big on calling it Longsword Style. He wants to call it LSS, which is cool. LSS sounds cool, but personally, I'm like, well, it is Longsword Style though. We can't forget that. We can't forget about the swordsmanship in all this. We can't forget about the whole purpose of the brand, as it were. But yes, it should be cool. If y'all want me to sign some stuff, I'll sign some stuff too. I promise you, I'll sign you some autographs and stuff. Mars will sign you some autographs. You can get some cool art and check us out. I might even have some art for you too. Never know. So F with us. But yeah, um, fun fact. Actually, this. Oh well, first of all, this will be LSS event two, our second official event. You know, I want to put together some more. I'd actually like to put together a little mini concert, so be on the lookout for that. And I got more music details coming up, probably towards the end of the show. So stay tuned if you're interested in that. But yeah, fun fact: my mom and aunt both went to UCR. They both went there, so that's pretty cool. It feels like kind of special that we're getting to do an event there because it's like I have a family connection there. I think that's my only relatives that went there. I'm not sure. There might be somebody else in the woodworks that I'm not thinking of. So yeah, I'm gonna set this. I can't be holding this mic the whole time. Okay, this is wild. Okay, anyway. Oh man, the quality dips when I do that though. I gotta like lower this or something. It's like I'm being interrogated. We're doing ghetto stuff with the lights. Oh, that's really ghetto. That light's about to fall apart. Anyway, this is like it's giving Redman MTV Cribs vibes. We're not glamorous here. I am gonna get better camera quality. I have better cameras than this. This is just like honestly, it's been a long weekend. I'm just trying to give you an episode here. I know the camera quality could be better. It's not terrible. Let's see. Let me see if I can fix that up. I feel like that made it worse, didn't it? Yeah, that definitely made it worse. If I get closer, it gets a little better, huh? Yeah. Now you can see me. I was gonna say in 4K, but it's probably more like 720p, maybe 480p at moments here. But yeah, my aunt and mom both went to UCR. My brother currently goes to USC, just to flex a little. Me and my other brother, me and Kurt, who you've seen on here, we went to CSULA, Cal State LA. Sometimes people think it's UCLA, and I don't correct them because UCLA is a little more prestigious, So I don't correct them with that. It's like, hey, you want to believe that I'm a little more prestigious? You go right ahead, you know. So yeah, I thought I'd get into some family history here. So my aunt is an accountant, right? She went to UCR. She became an accountant. My aunt that I'm talking about is actually a biologist. She works at Caltech. You probably have heard of Caltech, pretty famous movie. It was in, wasn't it in Oppenheimer? Either way, I remember I actually got to meet one of her boss at the time when I got to meet as a kid. He worked with Einstein, so that was pretty cool. Albert Einstein. May have heard of him. one of the probably smartest people in history. That's what they say. So yeah, that was cool getting to meet him. And Caltech's a cool little campus. I believe it was featured in Oppenheimer. I may be wrong. I haven't seen Oppenheimer in a while. This should sound a little better. I got I recorded some songs recently. You could see some of the soundproofing material. It should sound a little better on Life in Zero Gravity Godcast here. So yeah, um, my brother currently going to UCLA. My uncle went to USC. He was actually the salutatorian in his high school. My uncle Mike. I probably should. Maybe I shouldn't give names. My bad. Sorry, Uncle Mike. I'm not gonna give anyone else's names. Not that we don't have the same last name. This is on my mom's side of the family, but I guess if you know who my mom is, you could find it pretty easily. But yeah, I won't give everybody's information out here. So that uncle went to USC where he met his sweetheart, my aunt. They're still together, and she went to USC as well, obviously. So yeah, just pretty cool. Like the connections there. Like I don't know. I guess I'm gonna point these out to you because it's really interesting how it seems like, well, for lack of a better word, honestly, intelligence is like hereditary sometimes. It could be partially important, but it's also like it does feel like it's like hereditary. Some of the intelligence part of it is like, well, that's weird that like this family has had all of these. This is all one side of the family too that I'm getting into. So one uncle went to USC. His wife went to USC, right? Um, then my cousin, who's the son of a different uncle, also went to USC. He has a degree in foreign business from USC. So shout out to them. And then his brother went to Loyola Marymount. You may have heard of that. Very prestigious school. You know, very cool. I mean, those two come from money, so I think part of it is that. But they come from money because their dad is a self-made man, and he actually went to Harvey Mudd. Some of y'all in the IE probably know that school. It's one of the Claremont colleges, so very good school. Yeah, I'm gonna get into his information later. My grandpa, their dad, the dad of these people, of my mom, my aunt, and the uncle and the other uncle, he went to Texas A&M at 16. He was like a young college student. He graduated high school early, went to Texas A&M. So, and then my other grandpa, not, I mean, he didn't have the academic accomplishments, but he was a war hero. He got a Purple Heart and a Silver Star of Valor in the Vietnam War. So there is that. Which, by the way, with the Vietnam War, I know they always say, "Oh, America lost." It's like honestly, everybody lost that, but nobody lost more than Vietnam. I don't think. Like so many, like millions of Vietnamese people died. Like America, I believe, lost like 60,000 troops. So it's like, I don't know. Vietnam really lost that. So many people died. Everybody lost in the end, but I don't think there was like a winner of that war. That's just my thoughts. I don't know. Not like I know all about it, but from everything I've read, I'm just like, nobody really won. Yeah, I guess you can't really. The U.S. didn't get done what it wanted to do, but I don't think Vietnam wanted that outcome either, the way things went. So that's what I would say. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of my family was in the GATE program, which is gifted and talented education. Some places they call it GT. I think just gifted and talented. I'm assuming is what it stands for. So my daughter was in that. A lot of the people I'm talking about were in that program, and it's a program for like the top couple percent of students, like intelligence wise, in terms of a lot of it had to do with logic. You know, like your ability to think logically and come up with like solutions to problems and all that, and just kind of take the information, process it, and turn it into something. Like that's kind of what it dealt with. That sounds very vague, but what we would do, for those who don't know, is like we had these, like we would meet in a group, right? It was only a handful of us in the whole school. I want to say that school had a couple hundred students. This was elementary. And I was in gate in like third grade, I believe, and there was like sixth graders in there or whatever. But I got into gate in third grade, and I was in a group. It was only like six of us in the whole school, you know. So it's not a lot of kids. It's like a very small amount of kids, and we would meet, and we had like special projects we would work on, and then we had these things called Super Saturdays where we would get they had like a lot of different stuff you could choose from. They had like dissecting frogs and art classes and all types of different projects. It was just like these like you know, just extracurricular things for us to work on, you know, as like gate students. So a lot of y'all don't know about that. A lot of y'all probably don't even know that exists because we weren't really supposed to like talk about it, you know, or like, I don't know. I guess it wasn't always as cool to be smart, so it wasn't something we bragged about as much. It was cooler to be like a good fighter or whatever, and beat people up. Sounds so caveman, doesn't it? But that was just the reality of the time. A lot of y'all didn't know that because some of y'all probably think I'm stupid, but I'm like, honestly, like, I was blessed with like special intelligence that, I mean, every test can define that not a lot of people have. You know, it's like special abilities, and I'm thankful for that. But a lot of people don't even know like what that means. You know, I should probably get a different squeeze bottle that doesn't have a brand on it. Not that this one had a brand or anything. I always think about that. I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble for that later on. Just give me a sponsorship. Um, Crocodile juice. But yeah, so my aunt is a biologist at Caltech. My uncle is literally a rocket scientist at JPL, like her husband. So I'm not related to him, but like that's in my family, you know. My cousin, who I obviously am related to, is a professor at Texas A&M. You know, where my grandpa went, which I always thought was really cool. So yeah, there's just a lot of I don't know if other people can say they have that many like intelligent people in their family, like legit intelligent. Some of y'all probably hate and be like, I see people say school's a scam and all that. And it's like maybe y'all just weren't good at it or something. I don't know. It's like it's not a scam. Like there's way too many success stories. Like most of the successful people you can think of did go to college. I know there's always exceptions and there's plenty of people that didn't, but for the most part, a lot of them did, and it does increase your chances for success. So it's a weird thing. I face that sometimes with some of my more right wing friends. It's like, oh, school's just a waste. It's like I don't know about that, bro. I don't know if it's a waste. Like it could I guess you could waste it, but it's kind of up to you. You know, you could always make a lot out of it too. So I don't know, I think people are silly with that stuff. Yeah. So my other, you know, we got into like my aunt, the biologist, my uncle, the rocket scientist, my cousin, the professor, and my other uncle, the most successful person in the family in terms of earnings and all that, which doesn't mean everything, but you know, like when you are, we did not come from money. These are not people that came from money. My grandpa was an engineer and he lost his job and had six kids and like, you know, all of them ended up going to college, but they got like scholarships and stuff. It was not, you know, plus he moved from a different state. So it's not like he had these connections and helped them out and stuff. It was literally just them building themselves up. So I give them a lot of credit for that, you know. But my uncle ran multiple Fortune 500 companies from Singapore to Bangkok to Paris to Dubai, you know, just all around the world. He's run these companies. And he, one of the famous ones that y'all have heard of is Dole, the fruit company. And these are not nepo babies, you know. These are just people that worked hard. You know, it's like it's truly like American dream type of shit. It's not like the stuff that they sell you as an American dream, but really it's like somebody who is a nepo baby who had a lot of help. Like it's literally just kids from a large family that didn't have grow up with a bunch of money or anything. They had one parent working, but and then the one parent, you know, he got laid off. So it's like it really wasn't coming from a bunch of money or anything like that. It's like they really had to work for it. So I do admire that, you know. My other uncle, his brother, obviously, he's high up at a company as well, you know. Like, I'm being vague. I can tell you Dole because he's not even there anymore. It's been a long time, but the other uncle, I mean, but you know, everybody knows Dole, the fruit company. You see it at the store every day. Like Dole, he had a nickname, the Pineapple King, when he worked in Thailand. So, yeah, man. I mean, congratulations to them. Especially their kids are all doing really well, and like that's a little bit of nepo baby stuff, but they're doing well. I give them credit. You know, it's like they could have. Sometimes rich people's kids just spiral. You know, just for example, like some of y'all may not even be exposed to that world, but like my uncle, when he worked in Singapore, he was living in an apartment that his company was paying for like $17,000 a month. You know, like that's wild to even think of. Just like a company paying that much for you to live there. Singapore's, you know, a very clean, nice place and very expensive. So he's living over there for a while. Then he moved to Dubai. I mean, and all this stuff's like paid for, obviously. But yeah, like he lived in Dubai for a while. My cousins actually grew up in these other countries. You know, they grew up in Thailand and the Philippines, and you know, like Manila and Bangkok. You know, my uncle also worked in Hong Kong, just all around the world. And Dubai, that was later on when his kids were already like in college and stuff. He was living in Dubai, and yeah, Dubai. Everybody knows now. It's like a hot. That's like one of those trendy places to visit, right? Dubai. It's like one of the top probably tourist destinations of the last few years. Just everybody. It's all advanced over there. A bunch of money over there. It's a nice city. I've never been to a lot of these places, honestly. I did not grow up with money, so I did not get to travel until later in life, and now I've seen a little bit of stuff, but there's still a lot of stuff I haven't seen. So, you know, yeah, he's a very successful person, and I know for a fact that he actually worked through it the hard way. You know, it wasn't. There's so many nepo babies now that we praise, but like this is somebody that literally from a family of six, it's like you just make your own path. You know, a family of six that didn't have money, you make your own path and you become one of the most successful business people in the world. So I guess I want to share some of that with y'all to inspire you. You know, it's like you may not know all that. So it's kind of funny when like people say, "Oh, you don't know." They tell me like, "Oh, you don't know anything about business." It's like, who in your family is a Fortune 500 CEO? Who in your family is actually like, and who really like had to learn the business, not like just get handed a business, not like Trump style where your dad's rich and gives you a business. Like really like, oh, this man worked for this. He got multiple degrees. You know, he worked his way up in multiple companies and rose to the top. Like really like legit stuff like that where it's not just like oh yeah well his dad was rich and he gave him a company and then he did pretty well running the company for the most part. It's like no, it wasn't that type of scenario. So it's kind of funny the way that they frame it sometimes. I think that's a little better with the lighting. I don't know. Anyway, I don't care about the video too much, but I know that's what people watch the most. So trying to help you out. So here we go. What else we get into? We got a lot up on here, bro. Um, so you know, that's my mom's side of the family. Like a lot of success stories. My aunt who passed away, rest in peace to Julie. She ran her own travel company. You know, and she's one of the least successful. My other uncle's like a mechanic, so he's just but I mean, he owns him and his wife own their own house, and that's success in itself. And they're like the least successful. They can at least say that, you know. So yeah, man. Just interesting stuff. Like I don't know. It inspires me, and it shows me that it can be done. When you're that close to it, you really see like, oh, this can be done. That might fuel my optimism in the end. That might be part of what fuels my optimism, because I know that there's success out there. I can see it. I can see that you legitimately can work hard with no connections and actually build like an empire for yourself. It can be done. That's one thing, that is one thing that's great about America. I'm not gonna say America's great. If we're comparing it to other countries, okay, sure, America's great. I think there's still a long way to go and a lot of work to be done before we can really claim that. Because America has only really been great for like rich white men for the most part. It hasn't really been great for the rest of us. So I'm just saying, it's been terrible to like okay. I guess you could say kind of good for the vast majority of people. It hasn't been, there's a lot of basic stuff that hasn't been done right in America. And, I want to change the world. That's what I want to do. I want to change America first. So that's what we're trying to do. Maybe, unless we break California off, then I'll help California out. So, yeah, my mom's side of the family, just a lot of success, CEOs, scientists, rocket scientists, my mom's an accountant, my uncle is a CEO, and all of that. And then my dad's family is just all rednecks. My great grandma left me a Cadillac, and Bubba and them took it, motherfuckers. So there's that. It's the contrast. My dad didn't go to college, or he went. He never got a degree or anything. Most of or my dad's family, I think I was the first. My grandma, you probably heard her saying that. I don't know if she actually has a degree. As far as I know, I was the first to actually get a degree on that side of the family, which is really cool. I have my bachelor's degree, if y'all didn't know. I've wanted to get higher level degrees, but I didn't make it into my master's program, which is kind of weird because I got mostly A's in like all my English classes, which was my major. But what can you do? I could still get a master's. It's just like my school was giving me a hard time because I didn't do as well in the non-important classes. It should have been all based on your major. It's like, well, this is what I'm majoring in. I can get A's in almost all of these classes. You should just give me, and that's with like barely trying, to be honest with you. Like, I remember that one of the classes I actually failed in college, I had an A. They failed me because I didn't show up enough. It's like clearly I didn't need to be here. Like I have an A, you know. I'm honestly, I mean, I'm kind of the fuck up of the family, and I'm still kind of an underground legend in the game. Like I'm known, great rappers like Jadakiss, Busta Rhymes, Hieroglyphics, all of them like respect me and like view me as like an elite MC. So I have that going for me. Like not everybody could say that the legends mess with them. I've done shows with Scarface, DJ Quick, Rakim, like, and other like legends. Chino XL, all types of different legends. Rest in peace, Chino XL, by the way. Done all types of shows with all types of legends, bro. So yeah, as the fuck up of the family, I went to court today. Case dismissed. I'm still undefeated in court. I hold a perfect record in the courtroom. Every case that I have fought has been dismissed. Respect. Bow the fuck down, cops. I run this fucking city. I'm just playing. I'm not playing. Fuck that. I run this fucking city. Anyway, yeah. So I'm still undefeated. So today there was about, I didn't count them, roughly 30 people. About 4 cops showed up. So what, 26 cases got thrown out or more. I did see some of the people that were there for non-traffic stuff. There was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them. They all look like they got fucked by the long dick of the law today. They walked out of there shaking their head like, God damn, yeah, they got wrecked today. Actually, the law would probably have a short dick, huh? Most likely. people who care about laws and they're like, yeah, they just have that small dick energy. Never mind, they got fucked by the short dick of the law, you know. But stupid. Anyway, let's switch it up. Okay, so now I'm gonna do KZRO reviews. So I saw Robert Eggers' Nosferatu this weekend. Or no, not this weekend. Since the last show, I saw Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. My brother Kurt went with me, man. I felt bad. Movie tickets are so fucking expensive. This was like a regular ass theater, regular ass Edwards, like not even like a nice, wasn't like the one in downtown LA or whatever. It was just a regular Edwards in Upland. His ticket was almost $18. Like that's crazy. I actually pay for a Rico Unlimited pass. I want to say it's like 26 now. It was 23 when I started. It keeps going up, but it's like it's really worth it if they're charging $18 for a damn movie now. Like that's crazy. So yeah, but Nosferatu was good. Very memorable movie. Very good performances. Willem Dafoe was great, obviously. Skarsgård. I think was it Bill Skarsgård. I believe it was Bill, same guy that played it. I believe. I could be incorrect. Probably should have looked that up. But he played Nosferatu, and he did a great job. Um, One of my really like everything about the movie was great, other than the reveal of Nosferatu. I don't know. He wasn't quite. He just looked like a regular like Russian guy. I know he's not supposed to be Russian, but he looked like Russian, like Rasputin or something, and the way he talked, like your meat, your I'll fuck your bitch. I'll fuck your bitch. It was like that. That was like what Nosferatu was trying to fuck his bitch the whole movie. That's basically what it's about. That knows it's like the story of Dracula. It's like Nosferatu just really wants to fuck his bitch, and yeah, what does he do it? Find out in the next exciting episode, the Dragon Ball Z. So I would give that movie about 8.5 out of 11 Zeus slabs. God. And that's really the main thing is I just felt like it was good. They did a good job with the Nosferatu makeup. It just was like it wasn't quite right to me. That's all I'm saying. Just a little bit could have been a little bit scarier, but one of the best movies I've seen recently for sure. So I wouldn't take too much away from it. Definitely worth watching. I don't know if everyone would like it, but definitely worth watching in my view. Um, the other movie I saw was The Damned. It was like an Irish horror movie about like this. It's like a fishing company. I forget when it takes place. It looks old, like old times. So it's a fishing company, and like it's about this lady who runs it, and she she takes over it after her husband dies, and his crew is still there, and they're fishing, and then they see a ship sinking, but they don't have enough supplies to really save the people, so they don't save them. Then they decide to go out and basically plunder what's left over from the ship sinking, and then they get attacked by the survivors, and that's where the movie goes from there. It's just like it had potential. It started well, and then it just like half the horror movies I watch, it was just like, I guess this is okay. So I'm gonna give that one a 6. God, it's like borderline good. The performances were good and everything. It was just like, it's just missed. It just missed a little. Some of y'all will probably like it. I think it got really good reviews. I was just like, it's okay. It's okay. It's an okay movie to me. But yeah, I could definitely see people liking it. To me, it was just lacking something. Nothing's really bad about it, but nothing's great. If I could say that. And I was excited because um, that movie Oddity, that was another Irish horror movie. Was that from last year or the year before? One of those years. But that was one of the best movies that I've seen, like horror movie wise, of the last like few years. So I was thinking like this might be in the same. I believe this was Irish. Maybe I'm wrong, or it was filmed in Ireland at least. No, I think it was Irish. But the actors, I don't think were Irish, or not all of them. The main lady sounded English, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't really matter. So yeah, I was house sitting my parents' house all week. They went to Mexico. It was nice to have that time alone. I haven't had a lot of time alone because either Jazzy's here or like we spend a lot of time at my parents' house because the way my living situation is, it's like it's too far. I live in Long Beach, if you didn't know. She goes to school in Upland. I don't really want to be driving her back and forth every day because I mean, it's a lot of gas. It's also like kind of pointless. So we end up staying with family in Upland a lot. And I don't know. Sometimes it's a lot, so it was nice to just like have the house to myself. Just be able to relax and be alone. I got to spend New Year's with my brother and his partner. It was nice of them to invite me. They really didn't have to do that. I totally didn't expect it. It came at the last minute, but I was like, yeah, I'll go. That sounds fun. Like, I'm not doing anything. I was probably just not going to do anything for New Year's, which would have been kind of sad. So I'm glad I got to go. Normally, I don't do too much. Normally, I'm with Jesse. It's the first New Year's I have without my daughter in a long time, probably like 10, 11 years. Like, I think I've had every New Year's with her. So, yeah, but it was cool. It was nice of them to invite me. The rest of my family was in Mexico. Astro Alacorn was in Texas, and Leroy was eating a lot. Funny to say it like that. No, does anyone really say Texas? Yeah, that's how you say Texas in Spanish. But does anyone? I don't know if I probably have heard someone say that, but it doesn't seem very common. Texas. So yeah. I'll read you my New Year's resolutions if you're interested. I'll probably still add some. So far, I'm already not living up to some, but I have time to turn it around. So, write a song every day. Number one, New Year's resolution. I am happy to inform you that I have done this so far. Make a beat every day. Have not made any beats yet this year. I made several last week. I think I made like 5 of them last week. Did not do it. Did not do it during New Year's week. So not great. Finished first novel. I can guarantee you I will finish that this year. Read a book every week. So far, I've already finished a book in 2025. It was Less Than Zero. Who's the author of that? I don't have it with me. So yeah, it was the guy that wrote American Psycho. Easton Ellis, Brett Easton Ellis, or something like that. I don't remember the name. Anyway, so yeah, did that. Do a sketch every day. Have not done a sketch. See, but if I can make up for that. I can make a bunch of beats and catch up. It's the way I look at it. If I'm averaging one a day, that's cool. It's only been a few days. We're only a few days into the new year, so I honestly forgot that I made those, and then I remembered. I was like, damn, I've been doing that. Workout every day. Yes, that's done. That's been done. I have actually worked out every day for years now. I've worked out every day. If you didn't know, I've worked out every single day for, I want to say, at least the last 3 years, maybe more. Really, over the course of like most of my adult life, I've worked out most days, but like intense workouts, I've actually done them every day for a few years now. The literally the only days that I take off, which is not every week even, is like I go in the sauna, which is still like, I consider that still kind of a workout. I'll go in the sauna. Sometimes I'll do other stuff like actual workouts too. I go in the sauna, the cold plunge, the jacuzzi, just kind of back and forth, heal my body. I'll do that every once in a while. And that's like the lightest days I ever have. A lot of people can't even go in the sauna. So whenever I do that, I go in the sauna for like a half hour or more. So it's like that's the least that I'll do. I don't do that very often, not even like every month. So yeah. Eat and drink much better. So far so good. I could be better at that. one thing I'm happy with myself is like I'm gonna be honest with you, I had a problem with energy drinks. Like I want to say it was mostly last year. Man, I was drinking a lot of times like two a day, and that's not good, you know. So now I've cut it down. I so far this year I've only had one, and we're on January 6th. So to cut it down from two a day to one in a week is like that's pretty good. I'm trying to just eventually I'll probably just eliminate it altogether, but I'm making progress. I think that's why if I ever look bloated, that was why, because I don't eat a lot. I eat pretty well and I work out every day. So the bloat I think was being caused by energy drinks and like sugary drinks. I'm doing okay. I haven't got sugary coffee every day, but I have gotten it more often than not so far, and that's not good. So I'm really working on cutting that down too. But I'm doing better, you know. So didn't have it the first couple of days, and then I relapsed, and I've had it the last like 3 days. I don't think I had the first three, and then I've had the last three. We're on January 6th now, so yeah. January 6th. I just think of Trump when I think of this day. That's why I set the trial up for today. It's like, oh, that cop's gonna be too busy celebrating January 6th. That's probably like a national holiday for Republicans, right? So, yeah. One resolution: make a lot more money and quit this job. I want to quit the current work that I'm doing and like move on. Even teaching, like, I mean, I'd be cool teaching, especially if I can make more money, but ideally I don't think I could make the type of money I want to make in it, so I probably will quit. At least like that type. I might do college, be a college professor. Maybe I do that because I want to make more money. I want to do more stuff. I don't want to be like, I don't want to get complacent, you know. I think teaching is a great profession and everything, but I think it's kind of just a safe thing where it's like, you know, you're not gonna progress necessarily. You're just kind of stuck where you're at. It's stable, not a lot of hours you have to work, but it's like you're just stuck at the same level for your whole life. And like, that's not, I don't know. I'm always trying to grow. I could see still doing it, but I'm definitely always going to be doing something on the side, you know, just to like elevate myself more. That sounds bad. I sound like kind of a pretentious douche. I'm sorry. Anyway, I want to help Jazzy get straight A's. She's gotten them so far, one out of the three trimesters. Oh, that's not good. She's been here for three trimesters. She's got them one time. She should be able to get them every time. She's like not turning work in, so that's not great. I think you heard me getting on her about that because I'm like, if you're not getting the grades, that's one thing. If you're trying and just not making it, but if you're not turning stuff in, that's just unacceptable. I think personally. So yeah, I want to take Leroy out more. You know, I don't want to think about this, but he may not have like a crazy amount of time left. The dog, he's already like almost 12 years old. He might be 12 years old. So I want to take him out more and let him enjoy life more. He's a great dog. He's the best dog I've ever had, and like he deserves that, you know. And I don't know how much time. I don't really know how much time. He seems fine. He seems healthy, but he is slowing down. So I don't know. I want to release at least one Godcast every week. I actually this year released some extra one at some point. Didn't mean to do that. And then if you count these ones, the best of ones that split up, I think we're at what, like 56 shows for the year. Like there's 52 weeks in a year, so we got like four extra shows, or no, three, because normally I do 53 in a year, because it's like there's like a bonus one. I do a bonus one on 11/11 because that's when I started. It's like celebrating the anniversary of the show. So I'll do one on 11/11. That's tough doing two shows in a week when it's mostly solo. That's tough. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's my New Year's resolution. Was there another one? Make the right decisions every single time. That's a tough one. Probably have already messed that up. Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah. Um, Yeah, that's my New Year's resolutions. So I read 55 books this year. My goal was to read a book every week. So I exceeded that. It's kind of crazy that I did that considering the year before that Well, no, actually, I'm wrong. I totally forgot. So the year before that, I probably read like 20 books, and I started on my birthday. My birthday's in August, right? So I read a book a week for the rest of the year, from August 21st to the end. I would say I probably read close to 20 books that year, maybe 20. It'd be like around 20. I don't know if I counted them, but I was just like doing one every week. So some of them I'll finish in like 2, 3 days. Some of them, I think the longest I took was 8 or 9 days on a book to finish it. Usually I could finish in 7 or 6 days, finish in a week. That was like my goal. So this year, I already got one down. That's a good start. So we'll see. I feel like I learned something from every single book. There's usually like a major idea that I took away, like something that changed the way I think, which is pretty crazy, So it seems like people are getting more into reading. Obviously, I'm gonna release an album, a book. So looking forward to that. Did I tell y'all the name of the book? If I didn't, I'm not going to now. You'll know when you hear it. So I might have said it. I don't know if I did. We'll see. But I'm not gonna say it now. If I did, just pretend you didn't hear it. So yeah, I'm actually gonna finish the book this year. I promise you that. I think I'll have multiple albums out. Like I'm already closing in on some albums, so I really think I'm gonna finish multiple albums this year. Just all types of songs. I'll probably be recording from home more, and the studio when I can. But it is easier to record at home because I gotta drive like an hour to the studio, hour back, set up and all that. It's like it is more inconvenient, but I do plan. I'm definitely gonna be in the studio. So yeah, I'm actually planning a compilation album with multiple artists. If you want to be part of that, let me know. It's I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm making a longsword style compilation album. So I'm thinking of like kind of like a Wu Tang style album with like martial arts type of themes, anime type of themes, and just like that's what I want to do. I want to sample some stuff. Just a second. I want to like sample some stuff and make it. Yes.
Zach, are you eating?
Oh yeah.
Is that the studio now?
I did record some
Is
stuff.
that why some shit got picked up off the floor so you could add more shit?
Yeah, I recorded some stuff, some songs here,
Leroy wanted you to drop a few bars. Chocolate bars on the floor.
some barks. No, I'm coming.
Chow was in there.
Oh, okay. He came
He
in.
snuck in. He went right under the bed.
I'm almost done actually, so I got interrupted. I'm gonna have dinner with my parents. They said it's time, but before I go, got about 8 minutes on here. Hit you with some knowledge. Yeah, I'm playing a compilation album. Hit me up if you want to be on it. I've been getting back into making beats heavy. Let me know if you want some. I'm back. You know, um, my skills as a producer just seem to get better. I mean, I guess that's normal. I think probably your production skills continue to get better longer than your like rap skills because there's only so much stuff you can rap about, right? I guess there's only so many beats you can make too, but it feels like there's more options for beats, so I guess it's good. But yeah, I gotta say I really don't need any of you to make great music. Like if I collab, it's cool. I like to collab, but I don't need anyone. I can make my own music. I can mix it pretty well. I can make all my own beats. I can write all my own raps. I can vary it enough. I can make my own like classic albums. Like I don't need anyone. So I want you to understand that it's like a privilege to work with me, really. Like honestly, because I think people forget that sometimes. It's like I'm one of the hardest working artists on the planet. I'm constantly striving to make better art, and like I think I've succeeded overall. Every album has gotten a little bit better in some regards, and like yeah, maybe some of them, none of them have been bad or notably worse than the one that followed or the one that came before. So yeah, just recognize, that you're witnessing greatness. Sounds so douchey. I don't care. It's true, man. I'm really one of the best to do this, and I hope y'all can see it before it's too late. Like, don't try to get on the gravy train later. motherfuckers, because I'm here now. So yeah. But what do you think of GNX out there? The Kendrick album GNX. How are we feeling about it? I listened to it after taking a break for a while. Um, I think it's a borderline good album. I don't think it's really anything special. Maybe some of the entendres are special, but like I think Kendrick gets too much credit for that. If that makes sense, it's like okay, so this had another meaning. Does that mean that it's a great song? If like a lot of the lines are kind of throwaways, or if the production is like some of it's pretty good, some of it's okay. Like, does that mean that this is like an undeniable classic? Like, I don't know. He gets a lot of credit for like, oh look, he's deep. He has like multiple meanings. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, he's good. I thought the album is. I think it's good overall. But there's a lot of stuff that I skip. I skip almost half the album when I listen to it. You know, I never really liked Man at the Garden too much. I know people love it. I saw LeBron rapping it word for word. You got Aubrey and his feelings about that. But like the one with Luther feels like a rehash of like both of their songs. It's just not that interesting to me. I don't know. Like, I want to like it. I like Luther Vandross. I like SZA. I like Kendrick Lamar. But it's just the song's just okay to me. I don't know. I don't like all of SZA's music. That Saturn song is just it's okay. You know, it's like there's songs on her albums that are just all right. You know, I think their best collaboration is still Doves in the Wind. That's a great collaboration. I love the Redman sample. The beat's cool. Kendrick really went in on the feature, which he doesn't always do. And yeah, like I thought that was a great collaboration. Honestly, that's what I would say. But yeah, GNX is cool. It's like an album for people that are like the people that really seem to enjoy it are people that actually don't know West Coast music that well. Because to them, it's like, oh my god, he's embracing his roots and all this stuff. And it's like, bro, people make albums like this all the time, and y'all just don't pay attention because it wasn't force fed on you. You know, it wasn't force fed to you. I should say. I knew that sounded wrong. But yeah, since you've been sold Kendrick and you have bought Kendrick, you're like, oh, this is next level shit. Even though it might not really be like it's a good album. There's plenty of people like that have done like if E40 dropped the same album, y'all would think it was mid or something, or some of y'all would think it was trash. Since it's Kendrick Lamar, it's like, oh, this is the album of the year, and it's like, I don't know. I might actually like that Redman album more. Shout out to Redman. What Muddy Waters 2. First album in a long time where I've listened to it and I really felt like it's like, wow, this is really giving me that 90s, early 2000s vibe. Like I haven't got this in a minute. So shout out to him for that. It was cool. It felt good to listen to. I'm not gonna say definitively it's better than GNX, but like it's good and it's fun and like you got a lot. There's like 32 tracks. Most of them are quality. You know, shout out to Redman, man. Shout out to the older rappers still doing it. I think they rap is such a young man's game that we count them out too much. But there's still, you know, Nas is still one of the best. There's still a lot of good older rappers. I thought Snoop and Dre dropped a pretty good album. You know, it wasn't doggy style, but I wouldn't expect it to be doggy style. That's literally one of the best albums ever. Like, you're not gonna be able to top that. Like, there was no way a young Snoop with everything to prove. No way they were gonna top doggy style. But yeah, I gotta say, if Aubrey really got X killed, I really hope they get him for that. You know, I must say, if it comes out, I'm gonna have a lot to say. If he really did that and they prove it, fuck that. I will fucking go nuclear on that motherfucker. For real. I'm gonna go. I've written a bunch of disses because I hate that fool. I really hate everything he stands for, you know. And honestly, y'all Kendrick fans, like I consider myself a Kendrick fan, but I was mad that Kendrick put him on Good Kid, Mad City. I'm like, what the fuck is this lame ass motherfucker doing on here? You know. So I saw how corny he was back then. It's just funny how Kendrick changed up on him. Now he's like, oh, I hate him. And it's like, bro, why did you put him on your album? Why did you put him on your debut like major label album then? I don't know. That's just me. Like maybe they were cool at the time. Like bro, I saw it for if I could see from a mile away that that's a corny ass, lame ass motherfucker. You should have known better. That's all I'm saying. Like if, I'm not even up close to it, and I could see it. I could see he's fucking lame. He's always been lame. Always been a lame ass culture vulture. Always been playing, doing these lame ass. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that. Let's be a little more positive. Yeah, man, the Dodgers winning the World Series was amazing. The Niners were ass this year. It was sports was very hit and miss. The college football playoff is nuts. Like it's just none of the teams that made it. I guess people thought Texas, but other than that, I don't think the other teams that made it were supposed to make it. Oregon laid an egg against the team they already beat. I know I didn't do sports like that. That robbery in that last Super Bowl just really like it killed my motivation for sports. It's so lame. I don't know, man. Like sports just feels too much money on the line for them not to influence the outcomes, and I don't want to watch some shit that's set up. That's why I don't watch like some of these like scripted reality shows. Like I already know that somebody wrote this. It's not real. It's what it feels like. Sports is like a scripted reality show at this point. But anyway, thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank y'all for rapping with me. Much love to everyone. I hope you all have a great year. I hope you enjoy the show. I'll be back very soon, baby. Until next time, this is Life in Zero Gravity. I don't know what's happening here. It's giving me a hard time. I'm trying to end it. Okay, there we go. Why? Why now? All right, you got a little extra.